was like it was,
I think that sounds like that's maybe more because you didn't do what you were supposed to.
right. That is true. But here,
What?
what I'll say. First of all, like I said, I was ill. Second of all, they moved way too fast. They crammed probably 3 months worth of training into a week, really, because then the next week was up to this and to this, it was there was no coaching. Like they didn't like it wasn't like you had particular time to talk to somebody to feel like you had answers. It was just another read this and do this. And it was like, well, I don't know. I just want more of a hands on, more of someone to work with, someone to talk to about it personally. That I can ask personal questions to, like I said, how like this person said call me back, but they wanted to know about this. Uh, I figured that would be in the coaching, and it really wasn't. Um, and also the other thing is, like, I feel like I get lost. Like I'm totally pumped to do it. I would do whatever they say at the beginning, and then like I also said, that the coaching program wasn't totally. I mean, there were some bugs in it. Like there were some things they said they would do that they didn't do. There was some just, it was just like 80%, 80% what they said it would be. Um, it's why I didn't do it. I mean, I did, but like again, the holidays and stuff, I didn't. I mean, I'm new to this, so I can't crank out 40 phone calls a day. Like not off the first day on my first try. I got a couple phone calls into it, and it was. And the next day was, the day before Christmas Eve, and people were, this and that. So I just decided to, like I said, just kind of learn it, take the program, and do it on my own time, because I felt like it was at a bad time. Like, all those reasons, really. The thing was like 80% finished. They didn't really do coaching. It was right during all the holiday season when you're supposed to be contacting these people. It was frustrating, and it was a. I felt like I'd do better with it if I could approach it in the new year when all this crazy holiday stuff wasn't going on.
Okay. So why not over the next couple of months focus on that, work on that, versus start working at a different coaching program with the Rich Dad coach?
Because at the same time, even if I did do this, I would still want the Rich Dad coach, just because I didn't know that the Rich Dad coach existed when I signed up for this one. I wanted some type of coaching thing. I needed someone to kind of teach me, because I was having trouble learning it on my own. And the Rich Dad things, it sounds like it's not just what we've been talking about on this phone call, this consulting in my business. It's also about financial planning and investing, and just all sorts of stuff like that I have no idea about, that I know that I'm going to need, and probably should have now, as opposed to later on in my business. That's kind of how it seems to me. And it just seems like your guys' coaching would be just more quality. Like their coaching taught me one thing. I told you exactly what it taught me how to do, one specific thing. Now when I get my foot in the door, and it's like, what happens after that. Like I would just like to have someone to bounce off of, and I'm new to this business stuff, so it kind of intimidates me to try to call people. Like, I assume that I sound like a fool on the phone, and things like that. It's just, I would like to have someone in my corner that I can go to, and just that they can kind of guide me along the path.
Okay. What tells you that you're ready for that kind of help?
I've tried doing it just on my own for long enough, and I know that that it would be more beneficial to have someone to talk to, someone to coach me. I've been trying to do it on my own, and it's just I've hit a wall. I just need somebody else to like I said, to kind of to go through this stuff. Like when it's all stuck in my own head, it's too much.
Okay. So you feel like you just kind of, because you're going through these things and you're doing the reading and doing the research, you just kind of feel overwhelmed sometimes?
Oh yeah, yes, that is exactly, yeah, overwhelmed. Like just at the beginning of it, and some days I'm okay, but most of the days, yeah, every day that I go about trying to do any of this stuff, there's at least one point that I'm just completely overwhelmed with all of it. It's just like my mind gets racing and I get lost in this stuff, and then I get frustrated. But yeah, overwhelmed. It's just too much.
And then you just don't accomplish anything, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Kind of like if you're turning around in a circle, right? If you're turning around in a circle, there's an infinite number of directions that you can head.
Yeah, and they all lead in a circle. That's exactly where I'm at, and it's really it's frustrating,
So how long have you felt that way? How long have you been dealing with that?
Ever since I've even back during the eHow, like just even back then, just ever since probably 5 years ago when I said I want to make money online, like I want to check this stuff out. I've heard about this. I would like to try to do that. Ever since, okay, like my first internet endeavor was like pay per click and stuff like that, and I wrapped my head I gave it my 110% attention, and then that didn't work for whatever reason, and then ever since then it's kind of been like, try it again, and then the next thing kind of failed, and then try it again, and it's just like each time I try, it's like it gets a little bit, I have a little bit less motivation just because I've been trying for so long without succeeding, and then now I've switched to kind of an offline business type of thing, and that has helped me out a lot with focusing. It's like, it helps me out with focusing on work and what I'm actually doing, as opposed to, like I was doing affiliate email marketing and stuff like that, and that just it's half the time I would spend thinking like, am I doing anything? Like I was just promoting other people's products using emails and stuff like that. Like I don't know. So I like the offline idea, like helping offline businesses, because it's helping out in the real world. It's helping out the communities, like helping out, helping people keep their jobs, helping people keep their business open and stuff like that. And apparently a lot of people are wasting a lot of money on like yellow pages and stuff like that, when they can be spending a lot less and they can do internet marketing and then actually make a higher ROI. Anyway, that's kind of why I shifted midway into the offline business thing, starting a business offline. And it's still been the same way. Like ever since I started, it seems like it's been getting easier. Like with the overwhelmed, like I didn't get so overwhelmed, but now I'm definitely really, really overwhelmed. It seems like it's kind of crunch time, and I still haven't really done anything. And I don't even, like, I have this guy that has the ice cream shop. I sat down and tried to think, okay, like, now what do I do now? Step one, and it's like it's overwhelming. It's exactly like what I was saying was trying to write your English paper like the night before. It's overwhelming. So that's what makes me think that I would be receptive to coaching, or you said what makes me think that I am ready for that. I don't know if it doesn't make me ready for it, I guess, but it makes me desire it. What would one know about themselves in order to be ready for the coaching?
I think that to be ready for coaching, you just have to be sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Okay, if that's all it is, then yes, that's yeah, I definitely have that. But there's also a willingness to listen and like do what stuff like that. Like you mentioned, you're like, why didn't you do what the other people said? And it's like, I know what you're saying, but if it's like if someone said they were going to help you build a bridge, you know, and what they did is they came in and said, to build a bridge, you're going to need these tools, and then you know you're going to need to show up, and you're going to need to build the bridge. So go to it. You know, it's like that. It's like that. That didn't help at all. Like what?
Right.
That's kind of like what it was. The instructions. I didn't feel like they were. I don't know. Maybe I just need extra help or something. But anyway. But yeah, I'm definitely more than sick and tired of being sick and tired. And you know, I'm not. It ain't even about money at this point. It's just about like just feeling like I even know what I'm doing. Like that would be worth a lot of money to me. But
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, it's interesting. I think back when I was like, how old was I? I was like 7 years old. Maybe 7 or 8 years old, I forget. And I signed up for baseball
right.
for the first time in my life, right? And this was back. I'm a little bit older than you. This was back in the days where schools actually had sports teams, like elementary schools had sports teams, right? So we had baseball, soccer, track, you know, all of these different things. And so the baseball season was all through the summer, right? And
Right.
it was one of those things that was in place so that kids had something to do during the summer instead of just sitting at home
Yeah.
getting into trouble, right?
Yeah.
And I went to baseball practice, which actually I signed up late, and didn't realize that I signed up. I showed up for the first game, didn't realize that they'd been practicing for 2 weeks before that.
Oh.
I didn't see the schedule.
Yes, sucks.
And this is one of those where every kid gets to play, every kid gets an at bat, you know, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I during the game, and the coach is like, "Okay, Alan, it's your turn up to bat." And I'm like, "What? What do you mean it's my turn to bat? I don't know what I'm doing."
Right.
Right? I remember, man, I was just sweating. I got so nervous, and I step up to the plate, right?
Right.
And the coach is pitching to us. It's coach pitch, right?
Oh, okay.
He's throwing the ball to us underhand, right?
Right.
And he's telling me, "Alan, hit the ball. Alan, hit the ball. Alan, hit the ball." And he keeps throwing the ball to me. "Alan, hit the ball." Right?
Right.
And he'd say, "Keep your eye on the ball. Keep your eye on the ball. Alan, hit the ball." Right? I finally threw the bat down. I said, "I don't know what the hell I'm doing."
Right.
Hit the ball. What kind of an idiot are you? I was kind of a smart mouth when I was 7. What kind of an idiot are you? Why don't you tell me how to hit the ball?
That yes.
I literally threw the bat down and I went and sat down on the bench.
Yeah.
I said you're an idiot. I'm done with